Civilizations are not destroyed the day the first bomb falls. They die the moment someone decides their lives are worth less than power. Unknown Frontier Peacekeeper. Chapter 1. The Last Guardian. Civilizations do not disappear because they are weak. They disappear because someone stronger decides they have no right to exist. Journal of Frontier. Peacekeeper Elias Wren, year 247.
Every civilization leaves behind a story. Some become legends, others become forgotten archives. This is one of them. The Frontier Archives. Entry 001. The Last Guardian. Access granted. Initializing historical reconstruction.
There are maps that chart the known galaxy. There are maps that chart the forgotten frontier. And then, there are places that exist on neither. Worlds so distant that they slipped beyond history itself. Some were swallowed by dying stars. Others vanished behind unstable nebulae where navigation systems failed and communications dissolved into silence. For centuries, explorers searched those regions. Most never returned. Those who did came back with stories so impossible that they were dismissed as madness. Stories of planets where forests glowed beneath twin moons, where ancient ruins hummed with forgotten energy, where civilizations had never discovered the stars, yet somehow lived in perfect harmony with them. Most people believed those stories were myths. They were wrong. The planet Kheros circled an aging golden star on the outer edge of the Perseus Drift. No trade routes crossed its skies. No military beacons marked its location. No empire claimed its land. From orbit, it appeared almost untouched. Great mountain ranges cut across continents like the backs of sleeping giants. Crystal forests shimmered beneath an endless orange sky, scattering light across valleys where rivers reflected every color of the sunset. The air carried tiny luminous spores that danced upon the wind like drifting embers. It was beautiful, painfully beautiful, the kind of beauty that only exists where war has never reached. High above one of those valleys stood a lone man, motionless, watching. His boots rested upon weathered stone, worn smooth by centuries of wind. Behind him, a faded gray cloak stirred lazily in the evening breeze. His armor bore countless scratches, not from neglect, from survival. Dark gray composite plating covered his body, interrupted only by thin blue lines of softly glowing energy that pulsed like a quiet heartbeat. Across his back rested a pulse rifle, not raised, not ready, simply waiting. Its owner hoped it would never be needed again. His name was Zandor. Zandor, still the most beautiful sunset in the galaxy. He closed his eyes. The wind carried familiar scents, crystal blossoms, fresh rain upon stone, smoke from evening cooking fires. Simple things. Things most people never noticed, things worth protecting. There had been a time when Zandor measured his life in battles, planets defended, convoys escorted, lives lost. The Frontier Peacekeepers had once believed they could hold civilization together through honor alone. History had proven otherwise. One by one, colonies fell. Politicians abandoned promises, corporations bought armies, empires consumed worlds that could no longer defend themselves. Each war looked different, each ended the same. Millions buried beneath flags that nobody remembered a generation later. Zandor survived them all. He no longer considered that an achievement, only a burden. 6 years earlier, his damaged survey craft had crashed upon Kheros during an electromagnetic storm. The Ashari could have feared him. Instead, they saved him. They healed wounds no machine ever could. Fed a stranger without asking his name. Expected nothing in return. For the first time in decades, someone looked at him and saw a man instead of a soldier. The Ashari believed every traveler arrived for a reason. Perhaps they were right. Because somewhere along those 6 quiet years, the galaxy stopped calling, and Kheros became home. Footsteps approached across the stone, slow, measured, familiar.
Ashari Elder Kheros, you came before the sunset again. Familiar.
Zandor smiled without turning.
I wanted to beat you here.
A soft laugh escaped the old elder.
You never have.
Kheros lowered himself carefully onto a nearby stone. His long white robes fluttered gently in the wind. His weathered face carried the peaceful confidence of someone who had never witnessed war. Zandor envied him for that.
You still search the horizon.
Old habits.
Or old fears.
Silence, only the wind answered.
Maybe both.
The elder looked across the valley. Children chased glowing insects through fields of crystal grass. Families prepared the evening meal. Music drifted upward from the village below. Life, simple, fragile.
Our children believe nothing can harm this world.
I hope they never learn otherwise.
Kheros turned toward him. His expression became thoughtful.
You speak as though danger follows you.
Zandor didn't answer immediately. His eyes remained fixed upon the western sky, far beyond the mountains, far beyond sight, where memories refuse to die.
I've lived long enough to know that peace isn't permanent.
Yet you stayed.
Zandor nodded.
Because this place deserves someone willing to stand when others would run.
The elder smiled.
Then perhaps that is why the stars brought you here.
The birds suddenly stop singing. The wind falls silent. No insects, no leaves, nothing. Silence. Not the peaceful silence of evening. Something else. Something older. Something wrong. Zandor felt it before he understood it. Every instinct sharpened. Every memory returned. The battlefield never truly leaves a soldier. Sometimes it simply waits. Slowly, he looked toward the western horizon. Dark clouds were gathering, not drifting, advancing, deliberately, and buried deep within those clouds, for the briefest heartbeat, a crimson light flickered once, then vanished.
No.
The peace of Kheros had lasted for over 3,000 years. It would not survive the coming night. End of Scene 1. Every invasion begins long before the first soldier lands. It begins with a decision made by someone who has never seen the world they are about to destroy. Frontier Archives. For a few precious moments, the silence passed. The birds returned. The breeze once again carried the scent of crystal blossoms across the valley. Zandor remained standing on the cliff long after Elder Kheros had begun walking back toward the village. His instincts told him something had changed. His eyes found nothing. His heart refused to believe them.
I've imagined ghosts before. Don't start now.
He forced himself to breathe, slowly, deliberately. Years of military discipline had taught him how to quiet fear, not erase it, only delay it. Below him, the Ashari village prepared for the Festival of Two Moons. Children decorated wooden pathways with glowing crystal lanterns. Families gathered around open fires. Musicians tuned instruments carved from polished stone and crystal reeds. Tonight should have been a celebration. Instead, Zandor could not stop watching the western horizon.
Ashari child, Luma, Sky Guardian.
Zandor looked down. A young Ashari girl raced toward him holding a tiny glowing crystal in both hands. Barely taller than his waist, she smiled with the fearless confidence only children possess.
Look, I found another singing crystal.
She proudly held it toward him. The crystal pulsed with gentle blue light. Every few seconds it emitted a soft musical tone.
I think this one chose you.
Grandfather says the crystals sing when they're happy.
And what do they sing about?
The little girl thought for a moment.
Whom?
The answer caught him off guard. For a heartbeat, he remembered another home, one that no longer existed. He knelt beside her, There was no fear in her eyes, no memory of war, no understanding that somewhere beyond the stars, entire civilizations disappeared every year. Perhaps that innocence was worth more than any empire.
Keep it close. It'll always remind you where you belong.
Luma nodded happily before running back toward the village. Zandor watched her disappear between the crystal trees. Then, his wrist scanner vibrated. Once, a weak pulse, almost too faint to notice. Zandor froze. The device had remained silent for nearly 6 years. There should have been no satellites, no starships, no signals. Slowly, he activated the weathered interface. Blue holographic light flickered above his wrist. Static, corrupted telemetry, fragments of encrypted transmission. Then one unmistakable symbol appeared, a crimson spear enclosed within a black circle.
No.
He knew that symbol. Every peacekeeper did. The Dominion Collective, an empire that believed order justified conquest. Where others built alliances, the Dominion demanded obedience. Where others negotiated, the Dominion occupied. Entire systems had surrendered without a fight, simply to avoid becoming examples. And those that resisted were remembered only in history books.
How did you find us?
His scanner struggled to decode the transmission. Most of it had been damaged by interference. Only fragments survived. Scanner transmission. Survey complete. Energy signature confirmed. Vault beneath surface. Prepare planetary occupation. The message repeated once, then vanished. Vault. The word echoed in Zandor's thoughts. Not invasion, not extermination. A vault. Something hidden beneath Kheros. Something valuable enough for the Dominion to cross half the galaxy. Something the Ashari had never spoken of. Far beyond the western mountains, lightning flashed again. This time, it wasn't lightning. Tiny crimson points appeared within the clouds, moving, perfectly synchronized, too precise to be natural.
Karam.
He turned toward the village. No hesitation remained. The peaceful evening was over. Some battles begin with explosions. Others begin with a single decision. Zandor had promised himself he would never fight another war. In the next few minutes, that promise would be tested. End of Scene 2. Power rarely announces itself with anger. True power arrives calmly, already convinced it has won. Admiral Kalen Voss, Frontier Defense Records. The western sky no longer belonged to the evening. Dark clouds rolled across the mountains with impossible speed, swallowing the last traces of golden sunlight. The valley below had not yet noticed. Children still laughed. Lanterns continued to glow. Music drifted upward from the Ashari village. For one final moment, Kheros still believed tomorrow would come.
This isn't a storm.
His scanner came alive again. The holographic display flickered violently. Unknown frequencies, encrypted military signals, dozens of them, then hundreds. Every second more contacts appeared. Scanner beeping, static, electronic distortion. The display could no longer count them. Whatever approached Kheros, it was no scouting mission. It was an invasion fleet.
No. For the first time in 6 years, fear returned. Not fear for himself, fear for everyone below. Without another thought, he began descending the narrow cliff path toward the village. His pace quickened with every step. Far above the atmosphere, hidden behind layers of dense storm clouds, thousands of lights ignited, one after another, perfectly aligned, like stars being born. Except, stars did not move. These did. The clouds trembled, not from thunder, from engines, massive engines. The first Dominion vessel emerged from the storm. It was enormous. Its black angular hull stretched for kilometers, blotting out the fading light. Crimson engine arrays burned beneath its armored frame like the eyes of a sleeping predator. Then another appeared, and another, and another. The sky itself seemed to split apart.
The Ashari had no word for warship. Nothing in their history compared to what now descended from the heavens. Children stopped playing, musicians lowered their instruments, villagers looked upward. No one spoke, no one understood.
What is that?
The stars have come to us.
No, not the stars, an empire. Far above Kheros, aboard the Dominion flagship Oblivion Spear, silence ruled the command bridge. No voices, no panic, only discipline. Rows of officers stood motionless before towering holographic displays. Each one showed the same destination: Kheros. At the center of the bridge stood a figure unlike any human, over 2 meters tall, encased in black ceremonial battle armor. A crimson visor concealed his face. His hands rested calmly behind his back. He did not need to shout. His presence alone commanded absolute obedience. This was General Vorak, Supreme Commander of the Dominion's 7th Expansion Fleet.
General, orbital scan complete.
Vorak remained silent.
The energy signature has been confirmed. The vault exists.
A long pause followed.
I expected nothing less.
Local population detected. Primitive civilization. No orbital defenses.
Another silence. Vorak looked down upon the holographic image of Kheros. Crystal forests, rivers, small villages, peace.
They are not our enemy.
The bridge officers exchanged brief glances.
They are simply standing where history intends us to walk.
Orders, General.
Vorak answered without hesitation.
Secure the vault. Minimize unnecessary casualties. If resistance is encountered, end it quickly.
Alarm chimes, weapon systems activating, dropships preparing for launch. The order lasted only a few seconds, yet it sealed the fate of an entire world. Far below, Zandor reached the edge of the village. He looked once more toward the sky. The first Dominion dropships detached from the flagship, hundreds of them, dark silhouettes descending through crimson clouds. There would be no negotiation, no warning, only choices, and every choice made from this moment forward would echo across the galaxy. End of Scene 3. A promise is easiest to keep while the world is peaceful. Its true weight is measured only when keeping it demands sacrifice. The Journals of Elias Wren. The village welcomed the night as it always had. Lanterns carved from singing crystals illuminated narrow pathways between handcrafted homes. The scent of roasted fruit drifted through the warm evening air. For the Ashari, this was simply another beautiful sunset. None of them had noticed that the stars were disappearing behind dark clouds. Zandor walked quickly through the village. Too quickly. People smiled as he passed. They greeted him with warm voices. None of them saw the concern hidden behind his eyes. He wished he could smile back.
Sky Guardian, will you join us for the festival?
I'll be there soon.
He kept walking.
Wait, Sky Guardian?
A young Ashari boy came sprinting between the houses, no older than 10. His dark braided hair bounced as he ran. In his hands, he proudly carried a carved wooden practice spear, far too large for him. Kyle. Every village had one child who asked too many questions, who climbed every tree, who believed every impossible story. Kyle dreamed of becoming the first Ashari to walk among the stars, because Zandor had told him they existed.
I finally finished it.
He proudly held up the tiny spear.
You made that yourself?
Kale nodded enthusiastically.
One day, I'm going to protect everyone too, just like you.
Silence. Those words struck harder than any weapon because Zandor had spent 6 years trying to make sure no child would ever need to become what he once was.
No.
Kyle blinked.
No?
I don't want you to become like me.
But you're a hero.
Zandor smiled sadly.
Heroes are usually people who arrive too late.
Kale didn't understand. He simply laughed.
Then I'll arrive early.
Zandor laughed, a real laugh, perhaps his first in months.
For one brief moment, the weight upon his shoulders disappeared. Kyle suddenly became serious. He reached into a small leather pouch hanging from his belt. Carefully, he removed a tiny polished blue crystal. Unlike the others, this one glowed softly from within.
My grandfather says warriors should never travel alone. So, I want you to have this.
Zandor accepted the crystal. Its surface felt strangely warm, almost alive.
I can't take this.
You have to. It chooses who carries it.
The crystal emitted a single clear note. Beautiful, pure. Then, it suddenly went silent. Every lantern in the village flickered, once, twice, then steadied again. Kyle looked upward.
Did you feel that?
Zandor slowly turned toward the mountains.
Go find your mother.
But
Now, for the first time, Kale saw something in Zandor's face he had never seen before. Fear, not for himself, for everyone. The boy quietly nodded and ran home. Zandor closed his hand around the crystal. He looked once more toward the western horizon. The scanner on his wrist remained silent. It no longer needed to warn him. He could feel it. Something enormous had entered the atmosphere, something that carried the cold certainty of a civilization, convinced it had the right to decide another world's fate.
Then aboard the Dominion flagship, calm and reflective, General Vorak speak to the commander Rexus.
Do you know why civilizations collapse, Commander?
No, General.
They had centuries to prepare. They chose comfort. The galaxy rarely forgives such choices.
The landing fleet is awaiting your command.
Vorak remained silent for several seconds.
Begin descent.
Hundreds of dropship engines ignite, heavy mechanical vibrations above Kheros. The first wave began to fall. End of Scene 4. You have been listening to The Zandor Chronicles Book 1 Awakening. Chapter 1. The Last Guardian. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe and return for the next chapter. The journey continues in Chapter 2. Fire from Heaven. Until then, keep looking toward the stars. You never know who might be looking back.